And we're live. Thank you so much for joining the American Crochet Association and meet our members. I'm Salena Baca, founder, host, and lead educator with the ACA. And today I'm going to be talking with one of our ACA professional members, Amanda Woodbury, of a few things. But today we're going to be talking about Unravel Your Stress. Welcome, Amanda.
Hi.
All right, so today's episode is sponsored in part by our ACA members. Now, your ACA membership is going to help us to build the courses that we have, the workshops, the training programs, and it just helps to support the crochet community that we have. But also, it helps us to host really fun episodes like this one today. So if you're interested, you can learn more about the ACA membership and get started today when you click on the link in the show notes section after this chat. If you're watching live or on the replay, just come on over and comment on this video to say hello and let us know where you're viewing from. I am streaming this live on Facebook today, so if you're viewing this on any other platform on any other day, just come on over and follow along as if it's the live for the same great fun. After I have my chat with Amanda today, I'm going to be giving some shout outs to anybody who leaves a comment in the, or who leaves a comment today, anybody in the audience. And I'm also going to be sharing some of your questions or comments that you have for us or for Amanda. So don't be shy. So again, today we are going to be meeting with one of our founding ACA members. Amanda has been with us for, I think, as long as the ACA has been a thing. Now, she's advanced through, right? She's advanced through nearly every single course we've launched at the ACA to not only build her crochet knowledge and skill over the past few years, she's also started her very own successful crochet business. So today I want to chat more with Amanda about how she got started, how her crochet business has progressed from really made to order crochet goods to crochet coach and mentor. So on that note, welcome to the show, Amanda. Thank you so much for joining.
Thank you so much for having me. I am so excited to be here and to chat with you. And I'm just so excited.
Good. I'm excited too. I always love chatting with you. We chat a lot offline, like not publicly. So I was so glad that you wanted to come and do this show today. Just because I find you so fascinating and I find your story and what you're doing so fascinating. And so it just makes sense that we just talk about that more and we share more about who you are and what you do. So on that note, I'm sure that hopefully a lot of people have at least heard of Amanda or seen her name somewhere before. And again, if you're curious to follow Amanda and learn more about her, again, after this live chat, we're going to have some links in the video description so you guys can go and follow and learn more, okay? But Amanda, for everyone here watching who is just getting to meet or know you today and is wondering what a crochet coach is, before we get started in that direction, let's first begin by you telling us about your start in the crochet industry. So can you just briefly tell us about your crochet beginnings, just when it was a hobby? You know, how and when did your crochet life start?
Absolutely. So it started back in 2014. And I have two very independent little children at the time. They're not so little now. And so I was going through some old things and I found this old musty rickety bag full of strings and beautiful doilies, and I was like, what is this? And I was instantly inspired, and I just felt like these were crafted with love. Like, what are these? So I did some research, found out it was crochet, started teaching myself how to crochet. Wow. And yeah, that was hard. I wish I had had somebody in my corner saying, hey, you're doing this stitch wrong, let's show you how to do it correctly. And so then that's basically where it started. And it took me over a year to learn one foundation stitch. And that's kind of the inspiration behind why I started doing crochet coaching.
Wow. Yeah, because you've really, I mean, from teaching yourself how to crochet, it taking you a really long time back in 2014 to today, you've really progressed professionally, I'll say. And when I say professionally, again, you started as that hobbyist. You started as just teaching yourself, and how most people kind of start in the crochet world when they want to start a crochet business. They just kind of make things and sell them, and that's where you started. But from there, from your first crochet business, tell us about that progression, and tell us a little bit about where you started as a crochet business, but where you are today. And just kind of going through those different marks of, this is where I started, and then I went to this and this, but this is where I am today.
Yeah. So my crochet business timeline went really fast, faster than I expected. So basically, about 6 months into learning how to crochet, my hat pile was huge. And my husband was like, honey, I love you. What are you going to do with those? Because it was taking over my life. And with two little ones, they were always getting into them, always wearing them. And so I had an opportunity to do a craft fair, partnered with my mother-in-law, my in-laws, and just have like a little corner of their booth set up with some of my hats. And they sold.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, what? This stuff sells? Like, how is this? And so that was like my first like taste. And so I was like, this is amazing. This is awesome. This is going to give me some kind of income. I got that selling bug. I was like, I am in. And so I just started with that, with Amanda's Cute Crochet, which turned into, making custom items and all that sort. I did that for about 2 or 3 years, and I wasn't really seeing it growing in the way that I expected. So I started researching and getting into how to start a business and how to market, how to price your things, how to get your things in front of people, how to get people that actually want to buy your things, not just selling to the next person on the street, really narrowing your audience. And at the same time, I came across the ACA, I came across Yarnpreneur Academy, and also in other business realms, the outside of the yarn industry. And so I had to learn really quickly how to take the information from basic business strategy and actually transform and translate that into a yarn-based business. And through that, I was able to take my unique business and really start to grow it. But I learned really quickly that I actually really wasn't that happy with the really doing craft fairs. It was taking time away from my family, and it was really stressful. And I was like, you know what? This isn't what I want to do. And so I evolved into learning how to teach crochet. And that's a whole nother story in itself. So I was able to get my first certification through the Craft Yarn Council. And then at the same time, as I was finishing up that certification, you brought out the crochet teacher or I can't even remember the name of it. I'm just so excited. I can't stay on track sometimes. The instructor program. And I beta tested that for you. And I fell in love with that program. I still use it to this day because it is so jam-packed full of information. It has everything to set you up as an instructor and to work with the student day one. And that just took away so much stress. And as I was teaching and getting into that realm, and I really fell in love with crochet again. And it didn't feel like work. And it was just so much fun. And learning at the same time, learning how to market myself and brand myself as a crochet instructor. And I'm still in that process. I'm still learning how to do that. And I think that's what a lot of people who want to build a business don't realize sometimes, is that it's not just a in the box one and done thing. Here's my offer, and send it out there forever. No, you have to keep evolving. You have to keep changing and growing. And I love that. And I love sharing about that. And then it just, throughout the teaching people how to crochet, along with my own experiences, I really started realizing that there's a lot of mindset work that goes into crocheting and a lot of benefits that come out of it. And I just really wanted to focus on that and share that. And that's how, so I don't really do a lot of made to order products anymore. I still take custom orders because, hey, I still love to have my hook in my hand and sharing products that people will love.
Right. Right. I love that so much because it really, I think so many people can relate to those beginnings. And I think that it's really inspiring that, you really do have, you're doing so many more things with crochet than people would realize. I mean, so many people, of course, we start crochet because it's a hobby and we're fascinated with it. And then you started taking that natural progression to, hey, I'm making a lot of things, maybe I should sell them. And that turned into, maybe I could teach others because I really enjoy this so much. And what I find so fascinating is about your specific progression is, you're now this mentor, you're a crochet coach. So can you tell us a little bit more about what a crochet coach is and who needs a crochet coach for anybody watching? Because some people may be thinking, well, I already know how to crochet, so I don't need a coach. So maybe tell us a little bit about that.
So basically, what a crochet coach is, in the form that I do it, I believe it's an individual way to help others learn how to crochet. So there's really no description of exactly what a coach is, because I believe every instructor is going to do it differently. The way that I do it as a coach is, it's not just sitting in a classroom and learning how to crochet. I'm hand holding you throughout the process. I'm giving you that support. When that day that you're like, I really don't feel like crocheting, I can hop in and bring in the mindset and be like, well, let's sit down and let's look at that. What stresses in your life are really really bringing you down? And then I can sometimes add in and be like, hey, I know you don't feel like crocheting right now, but just pick up that hook for 5 minutes and write down any feelings that come across and see what comes out of it. Just give it a go for a couple of minutes and see what happens. And 9 times out of 10, when you are already into crochet, you're going to keep going more than just those few minutes. And then that creativity is going to put your mind in flow, and you're going to be able to get a lot more clear, focused thoughts. And so really, I'm coaching you through learning how to crochet and coaching you how to really start to put yourself first.
Interesting. So you talk a lot about mindset training, and I find that so fascinating because essentially you're pairing together this, this idea of mindset training with crochet, and crochet is, I guess, so meditative that I think those two naturally go together. So was that your intention in kind of pairing together this mindset and coaching with crochet?
No, not at all. It happened naturally. It happened, the universe lined up. Like, that's just how I have to explain it, because it was one of those things that when I was getting my certification, and I wanted to follow up with all of my students and to find out how, and I noticed that a lot of my questions that I was asking them was not skill based. It was, how did you feel creating that project? How did you feel after you got done creating that project? How did you feel about the color that you used for that project? I kept bringing the emotional side out, and so many of my test clients is what I call them. One of them was able to cope with her depression, and it helped her get through the day, literally. I had another, she's a high-end business coach. She took my course. She was interested, took my course, and she suffers from anxiety to the point to where she was able to start seeing some relief from that. And so it was just something that I was like, oh my gosh, this just isn't me. I'm not the only one getting this stress relief. I'm not the only one seeing the benefits with, and then I was doing some research, and it's not talked a lot about in the crochet industry. A lot of people feel the benefits, and unless you specifically ask them, what does crochet do for you? That's when the conversations start. And so I realized pretty quickly that this needs to be an open conversation, and there needs to be a conversation without guilt or shame, and bringing up these hard topics about how literally crochet saves lives.
I'm so glad that you said it that way. And I think that that's perfect and beautiful, because what that says to me, and what I love about what you do, is that if you ask someone why they crochet, whether they just started or maybe they've been doing it a while, you're going to hear the same things over and over again. They feel fulfilled. They feel like they're accomplishing something. They feel like it's meditation, like it's stress relief. And I think that crochet naturally does all those things to you, because it's, you are focusing on something external. You can see some results from it. And then a lot of people just have a lot of positive feelings from that. What I love about what you do is that, yes, we feel those things. Yes, we might, pull apart some adjectives and tell you that, yeah, I feel great when I crochet, but it kind of ends there. And what you do is you put together, there's some strategy, not some, there is strategy behind the conversations that you have, and, the coaching and the mentorship that you do, that not only, yes, teaches people to crochet, but teaches people to be more mindful about maybe things that they're not dealing with well in their lives, or anxieties that they have, or ailments that they have. And I think it's just absolutely brilliant that you are pairing those things together with such intention. It's brilliant.
Thank you.
So yeah,
I love
So with that, people still may be wondering, well, who needs a crochet? I'm fine. I love crochet. Everything's great. Who do you think needs a crochet coach, and why? And maybe who should, who are you speaking to that maybe should click on over and learn more, or, maybe try one of your programs out with you today?
Absolutely. So I love working with women who are either in the entrepreneur business realm, or maybe are even just a stay-at-home mom. Basically, the women that I love working with are those who feel like there's something missing, and or maybe are struggling with putting themselves first beyond the superficial things like hair and nails, and they're really just wanting to work on themselves first. I do believe that a lot of the time we hear, especially in the positivity realm, put yourself first, fill your cup. It's like, yeah, that's great, but how? So if you're really interested in learning how to do something for you that is going to allow you to go through the process of learning more about yourself and grow yourself in a more positive way, then that's what I do, essentially. And the thing that is really most catches a lot of people off is when they realize, when you work on yourself, when you fill your cup first, it actually naturally passes on to those you love. You're going to have better relationships with your partners. You're going to have better relationships with your children. You're going to have better relationships with people who actually care to be in your life. Sometimes it does suck. And sometimes you have to say, you know what, that's a toxic person and they're really not enriching my life. And you have to have those hard conversations. And that's part of the process that we go through, is if that's something that we need to concentrate on, then that's what we do. And again, if you are just interested in learning how to crochet for that specific reason, or if you just want to hang out and learn how to crochet, and then I'm going to help solve some of your problems anyway, I mean, just come on over.
Win-win. I love it. Oh my gosh. For everybody who is watching live, or again on the replay, everything that you've been hearing about Amanda and what she's doing with mindset coaching and just crochet coaching, if you guys have any questions, comments, feedback, go on ahead and post that, because after I've got my little interview, my questions for Amanda, I'm going to be going through all the live comments. And for everybody on the replay, anytime I see comments, I do go back and read those and answer those. So keep them coming. So Amanda, what do you hope to accomplish in the crochet world?
Really, just in the crochet world specifically, I would say just bringing to light the positiveness of crochet, and just ending any kind of stereotype, like you have to be old to crochet or only women can crochet, anything like that. I just want it to be open and inviting and positive and just amazing, and being able to share what you love with those that you love, and not having anybody, not having that worry of like, oh, what are people going to think about me? It's like, I don't care what other people think about me. This is what I do. I would love if that was such a huge positive light in the crochet realm. On the flip side, those of you that are in business with your craft, with the Yarnpreneur Academy, I'm definitely wanting to bring out the boldness of you and your business, and just getting you comfortable with building a business that you love and setting yourself up for success while putting yourself first, so that you don't kill yourself while trying to create a business that you love.
Fantastic. I love it. So many things. You're doing so many positive things. So is there anything that you're working on right now that you're really excited about that more people need to know? Or, maybe something to come? What can we look forward to from you?
Oh my gosh, so many new things. I'm just so excited. So I do have a program that is including a subscription box. So it is a learn how to crochet, and you don't have to actually really go very far. I send everything to you and it is a subscription. You get the crochet coaching, you get the mindset coaching. So I do have that coming out. I'm writing a book because I'm crazy and I like to add a lot more work to myself.
That's not crazy. You have too much you have so much to share. I love it. I can't wait.
So I've got a book coming. It's still in the design process,
but this isn't just any old book. This isn't just another crochet pattern book. Tell me. I mean, I know a little bit, but tell us more about that. I'm excited about it.
So I've created a formula of creating for your mindset, and it's called the Creative Journaling Experience, because it really is an experience. Basically, it is a formula that takes simple crochet designs that you can sit down and journal at the same time. So there's nothing that's really complex, very beginner, easy, friendly crochet. Everything is designed with mindfulness, and it's designed to help you feel that love for yourself when you complete it. So there's lots of fun projects in there, and most of the time they are all really quick projects because I don't like doing for projects that take forever. So all of them are really quick projects, something that you can sit down and just create in a weekend, or in a couple of hours. Yeah, so basically it's just tying those two and marrying those two together. I don't want to talk too much about what's involved in the book because it's not quite out yet, but yeah, so it's a specific formula that I have created.
Fascinating. Oh, absolutely fascinating. Okay, so that's your book and something to come, but it's not out yet. You're still working on it.
Yep.
What other things are you working on that we can look forward to?
Well, if again, bringing up Yarnpreneur Academy, if you are wanting to build a business that you love, there's amazing programs. I'm getting ready to update a lot of the information. And so that's a huge task in itself, of course. But I have also learned a lot about being actually when it's crochet or it's a business. So a lot of the time it's easy to just invest into a course on how to build a business, and then you get overwhelmed because there's so much information and you really don't know where to start. So now I have decided to add a VIP feature where you can get one-on-one coaching with me. So not only do you get the program and all the information, I handhold you through it and help you implement it into your business. Because once you start taking action and with the information that you learn, your business is just going to be like boom. And that's what I've got right now. So those main three things.
Wow, that's so exciting. So if you're looking to learn how to crochet and you want a coach and somebody to walk you through it, including a subscription box. I can't wait to see and hear more about that. So that way you're literally getting everything that you need to start crocheting. That's one thing. Amanda's got a journaling crochet experience publication coming. As soon as that's out, I'll have you back on and we'll talk more about that. I can't wait to hear more. And then, yeah, I love that you're now the leader of the Yarnpreneur Academy. And I love that there are already great products there and services. And now, the addition is that you're a VIP coach and you're actually helping yarnpreneurs build a business they love. That's so exciting. And that's exactly why I wanted to have you on today, because you're just doing so many amazing things in the crochet world. So with that said, and again, we will have all of these links, these details in the video description, in the show notes, but where are you the most so that people can find more about you, find out more about you, and follow you?
Because I'm all over the place, I usually like to say, please just come friend me and follow me on my main Facebook profile, just Amanda Woodbury. That is the best place to have you start. And then you can just kind of feel your way around and see what is the best fit for you. If you want to learn how to crochet, I've got several pages and I've got a couple of groups out there as well. So really just come and hang out and be a friend and we'll just get you settled.
Awesome. Friends first and then go from there. I love it. Okay. All right, everybody. I am now opening up the floor to your questions, comments, feedback. So even if you are just here live and you say hello, we're going to give you a shout out. And the first shout out goes to Melanie Sanchez. She's checking in from Missouri. And then I've got Frances is here, Frances Rodriguez, and she says hello. Hello, Frances. Sarah Jo, she says, so excited to be catching this live. I'm glad you're here. Thanks for joining us. All right, let's see. It looks like we've got a question from Sarah Jo. And she says, how do you become a crochet coach? I feel like it may be something that I would really enjoy. I'm going to take that perspective of it's something that she would enjoy following and being a part of your program. So Amanda, if that's what she would like to do, maybe start one of your coaching programs, where can she best do that? Or what would be a good start?
Yeah, really just coming over to my Facebook profile and hanging out, and we can chat a little bit more about what direction you're looking for. If you're looking to become a crochet coach, really the best thing to do is to start off and get your instructor certification. That way you have the foundations of teaching crochet, and then check out Yarnpreneur Academy and see how you can actually build your business as a crochet coach. If you are looking for some crochet coaching, again, just find me over on Facebook, and then we can just hang out and see where you're at.
Fantastic. Great starting point. All right. And Margaret is here. She just says, hey, thanks for saying hey. And Melody Sanchez, she says, it's a really interesting business. I would never have thought to do something like that. Yeah, I think that that's what my perception of what you're doing, Amanda, is that these are services and programs that you wish you had. And I think that your journey through crochet helped you to see that just in the things that you were reading, the things that you were learning, just your own personal and professional growth. My perception is that you said, man, I've already did all of this research. This is what I wish I would have known when I was starting. And I think that that's why you're doing such a brilliant job, in all of the areas that you have a product or a service.
Yeah. And, it always boils down to, what do I love to do? I love teaching crochet. I love giving people positive vibes and helping them work through their issues. Something that I literally just do on a daily basis. It just comes so natural to me. And so when I did start really getting serious about building a business, it just was like, yeah, this is what I really want to do.
Mm-hmm.
And I really hoped that I can encourage others to put themselves first, whether it's for personal reasons or for running a business. Either way, it just naturally fits.
Yep. It absolutely does. It absolutely does. You saw a need and you filled it.
Yeah.
Sharon Osborne is here. She says, Amanda, you are so busy. Who knew?
Yeah. So busy. It's crazy. Sometimes I have to take a day off because it's like, okay, I need to go binge Netflix for a day.
Well, because we're friends on Facebook, I see that you're very honest about your downtime. And I love that you practice what you preach. And I love that
Yeah.
there are certain things that you do that allow you to have personal time and space to regroup. And that you're always very honest about that. And I find that really refreshing.
Thanks. I do believe in leading by example, and walking the walk. One of the things that I love to tell my business clients, those that I'm teaching for business, is when you're having a hard day promoting your business and it doesn't feel right, take your own medicine, take your own program, go through it yourself as a client for yourself and see maybe there's something in there that just doesn't feel right, that just
Mm-hmm.
needs tweaking or something like that. And I tell my crochet students all the time, it's like, hey, if you get stuck with a complicated project, but you don't want to put the hook down, go do something beginner level. Go do something that's going to put your mind at ease and really help you feel that you are confident in what you know and you can accomplish amazing things. And so doing that and leading by example is one of the things that I really feel really close to my heart.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And I can say again that you just do a really beautiful job of not only practicing what you teach, but I see teachers, whenever I teach, I see myself as just, the a student as well. And I think that you also have that lens, is that you always view yourself as a student. You always put yourself in the student's shoes. And I think that that's what makes you such a warm and approachable and really brilliant teacher as well, I think.
Thank you.
All right. And the last comment that I see is from Terry B. And she just says, hello to you both. All right, everyone. So now that you've met a real live crochet coach, you guys might be sitting here thinking that you could learn a whole heck of a lot more about Amanda and her services. So if you're thirsting for even more of her knowledge, you guys can find and follow Amanda in the links that we post in the video description, okay? Again, after this chat, okay? After you go through all of this. Now, that concludes today's show. Please subscribe to this channel for news and updates, and definitely come on over and join our ACA community on Facebook to keep in touch in the meantime and to broaden this conversation if you'd like to. If you guys found this conversation really exciting and fun and you learned something, let us know in the comments. And if you guys thought that there was something here that was really valuable, do us a favor and hit that share button and share this video with just one person who enjoys crochet or who might need a crochet coach. All right, guys, thanks again to all of our ACA members. Just a really heartfelt thanks, because remember, our ACA memberships help us to build courses, workshops, and training programs to support the crochet community and host really fun episodes like this one today with Amanda. You guys can learn more about the ACA membership and get started today when you click on the links in the show notes section right now. Thanks again so much to our guest today, Amanda Woodbury, crochet coach, for joining us.
Thank you for having me.
Anytime. It's always a pleasure. And thanks again to our audience. Thanks to everybody watching. We hope you really enjoyed it, and we'll see you next time. Peace, love, crochet, everybody.